So, Greg, let me start with you. Are the Dallas Cowboys making a mistake by laughing off a Dak Prescott for Russell Wilson trade?
Well, I think laughable is a little harsh if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. I like Russell Wilson, but I understand the Dallas Cowboys not entertaining the deal because they feel like they're very similar players as far as leadership and what they bring. Now, as far as resume, that's a completely different conversation. We all know Russell Wilson is leaps and bounds ahead of Dak Prescott, but they really believe that Dak Prescott, well, they haven't shown it with the contract, but they believe that Dak Prescott is on the trajectory of a Russell Wilson type of a career. And also, I truly believe why this is not of great interest to the Dallas Cowboys is because they don't believe that their issue is just solely getting a quarterback and everything is fixed. They have so many other pieces that need to be addressed that they can't just focus on that quarterback position, especially when you have a younger, more suitable guy in your locker room, in your grasp, that wants to be a part of your situation and organization moving forward. So I can understand why they're not entertaining it if they're truly not. But to say it's laughable, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, well, what's laughable is the Cowboys not getting this deal done, Greg. That's what's laughable. Now you got a guy coming off of a season-ending injury, something that could be devastating moving forward for some, but he'll come back, he'll bounce back, and he has all the leverage. He's going to get paid more than what he was asking for before if he plays his cards right. So that's what's laughable. When you compare these two, Russell Wilson is the better quarterback. He's the better leader. And when I say leader, he's in a category in the world where there's only 3 or 4 guys in all of sports. He's just different. If you have the game on the line and you need a guy to get, 6, 7 points towards the end, he's going to be the guy that you put the ball in his hands. So he is the better quarterback. But at the end of the day, everything that you said, Greg, is right. This dude, Dak, is phenomenal. This dude can get it done. This dude, if you put the right team around him, the right coaching staff around him, he's going to get you a championship. I truly believe that. There's only 5 quarterbacks that's won more since he's entered the league since 2016. That's Drew Brees, that's Brady, that's Big Ben, that's Russ, and that's Rodgers, Nick. So this dude can get it done with the right situation and the right pieces.
Yeah, listen, I think Dak's a good quarterback who has some great traits. Unfortunately for him, his greatest traits have the least to do with his right arm. I think he's got a good arm with great leadership, great intangibles, great toughness. I think Russell Wilson has all of those great traits with a slightly better arm and far better elusiveness and scrambling ability, which makes him a better player. Nobody in the world thinks Dak Prescott is better than Russell Wilson. Even if you think it's close, nobody thinks he's better. And I think everyone understands that if you flip-flopped their scenarios over the last 5 years, Dak would have struggled to recreate Russ's success in Seattle, and Russ would have struggled to not exceed Dak's success in Dallas, which is why I find the Cowboys, quote, laughable. That they would find this laughable. There's one team in the league, Wilds, that if you call them and say, we want to trade you Russell Wilson for your quarterback, there's one team that doesn't call a meeting, the Chiefs. Now, the Chargers might say no. The Bills would be crazy, but maybe they say no. The Jags maybe say, you know what, we're going to roll with Trevor Lawrence. But every team has the meeting except for the Chiefs. And if you're the Cowboys, until you pay Dak, people are going to wonder, how much do you actually love him? And if you're in like with Dak, not in love with him, then trading him for a future first ballot Hall of Famer who wants to play another 10 years, to me, makes a ton of sense.
See, I think they're in love with Dak. Now, granted, they're like the couple that, I know you guys are in love, but why have you been engaged for so long? I don't doubt that you're in love. You just need to, lock it down. Because, look, all these other teams flirt with quarterbacks, and the Cowboys don't. We know Jalen Hurts gets drafted, and Carson Wentz is like, oh, and that falls apart. Jordan Love gets drafted, and Aaron Rodgers is like, oh, how do we know Jimmy G was on the outs? Because the 49ers kicked the tires on Tom Brady. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are like, we need a backup. We'll get Andy Dalton. Kind of non-threatening. He's not going to take your job. Now, the contract hasn't been there, Greg. But I do think that the Cowboys are in love with Dak. And when you look at these numbers, they're not light years apart. And I know Nick makes a great point, but he also, if we want to get into play time machine games, and if you want to put Dak on the Legion of Boom defense, I think he would do all right. Records very similar, completion percentage similar, passing yards, look at it, and touchdowns are a little bit off. We didn't include last year because he was hurt, but he was off to a killer start. So Greg, I don't think there's that big of a gulf, and I think the Cowboys are playing it smart because this trade's not going to happen, and there's no reason to alienate or hurt Dak's feelings in the process.
I agree, Waz. I agree 100%. And kind of to what Brandon has alluded to when it comes to Pete Carroll and what he would like to see done offensively, I think this opportunity would be more likable for the Seattle Seahawks if they were to say, "Oh yeah, we'll take Dak," and I think Pete Carroll would embrace that simply because he would feel like I can get better reins of my offense, and I can get a Dak Prescott that can do what Russell Wilson did in his first 4 or 5 years, which is just not make the big mistakes, not turn the ball over, just manage our offense and let me do what I do with the defense, and we will win games. So I think the Seattle Seahawks would welcome a trade, believe it or not, for Russell Wilson.
But Greg, isn't that Baker Mayfield? Like, that's what Pete Carroll's saying he wants. I want to play really good defense. I want to recreate the Legion of Boom. And then I want to run the ball and run the ball some more. And then when they're tired of us running and we're tired of running, we're going to run it again. And take shots. That's Baker Mayfield. A rookie quarterback can do that. So why are you going to go out and pay Dak Prescott $40 million to do that? It's idiotic. I just think that Pete Carroll needs to figure out how he's going to change his philosophy and his ways and how he approach offense moving forward, Nick.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.